slope is going to help us aid in our acceleration rate. All right, we're the only overhead athletes that has the ability to throw on a slope, so we want to utilize the slope, we want to utilize gravity and allow gravity to influence our acceleration rate. Meaning, if we continuously sink our hips, right, so if you saw the posture of my hips at the starting point, it should be going down like a staircase almost, like boom, boom, boom. I can show you some screenings of that, because now as we continuously sink throughout our drive phase, not only is our force application into the ground, we're utilizing the ground to produce power, but we're also influencing our acceleration rate by way of continuously sinking our hips into the ground as we anchor down. Okay, so elevated hips, basically the posture of your hips, posture of your pelvis as soon as you sink into your drive phase. Elevated hips, I think this is a perception of power, meaning a lot of individuals, when they perceive what power is, they'll sink and they'll elevate, right? You think about jumping, you think about like skater jumps or anything like explosive. You hear a lot of times individuals want to, how do I get more explosive in my delivery, right? And then what you'll see is those guys are the ones that sink early and then elevate late. When we look at the delivery and we look at how to efficiently accelerate our bodies throughout the entirety of our drive phase up until the anchor point and the utilization of the slope, we want to continuously be sinking our hips, right? If you had a snapshot of like 4 different frames on the open side of our delivery from the point in which we descend from leg lift, if you can look at our hip bones, we want to see like a staircase the whole way. We don't want to see it go down and then linear and then elevate, okay? So not only does that limit our acceleration rate into our anchor point, but it's also gonna, when we think about like dispersing our energy that we're creating, we don't want to elevate that energy because our target is the catcher, right? It's down. We want to sink down. We want to utilize the ground. We talk about the ground force. If our ground force production is going to be totally skewed if we're continuously elevating for a perception of power issue. And the reason why I say it's a perception of power issue 99% of the time is, as I mentioned, a lot of young kids, when they think about being powerful and explosive, a lot of the times it's jumping, right, up and down or down to up. And within the pitching delivery, there's a lot of particular movements of different planes of motions going on, but we want to think about it in terms of how can we increase our acceleration rate throughout our drive phase, how can we still continuously use the ground for energy, and how can we transfer the energy that we are producing and utilizing at the point of our anchor towards the desired target. Well,